In this diagram, observe the pelvic girdle, see the sciatic nerve, then arteries, veins and lymphatic flow. To create a space from the sacrum and from the sitting bone, we have to spread the hip blades outward. For smooth movement of respiratory and pelvic diaphragm, movement of vertebral column going towards tailbone is very important, and for that rotation of pelvis is important factor. From the sacrum and from the sitting bone, you have to spread your hips outward and thighs inward. So without tightening the hip and thighs, you have to rotate the pelvis backward, downward, so you can pull the whole vertebral column towards tailbone. And from front side, that is the anteversion of pelvis, you have to lift the pubic symphysis upward, which is a very important movement. Observe the ribcage here, attachment of collarbone and shoulder joint. You can see the at the level of shoulder joint and backside of collarbone, see the arteries, veins, lymphatic flow and nerves. So here it's very important expansion of musculature to remove the pressure from all these vessels and expansion of ribcage and its smooth movement. That is a rotation of collarbone backward and scapula downward. See this area, this is called a cervical diaphragm. So through muscular movement you have to do the smooth movement here. Our central axis covers from head to tail vertebral column and ribcage is attached to this central axis. And observe the shoulder girdle which is attached to the ribcage. Smooth movement of this central axis, it is very important to rotate the shoulder girdle and pelvic girdle, and that is the anteversion of pelvic girdle and retroversion of shoulder girdle, which is very important. Flow of movement of musculature is always very important factor.